One of my favorite things about this channel is that I want to look more and more into the world and into the history of Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. Now, sadly, these videos don't do well. Okay, and there's obviously a reason for it. It's been many years since, Infinite Warfare released, and Infinite Warfare wasn't even loved that much by the fans, but I personally have such an admiration for the game, the campaign, Nick Reyes, Nora Salter. It was just such a beautiful, beautiful story. And we've looked at the Succession Wars in a lot of detail and the history behind it. We have a video here that talks very deeply about what happened prior to the events of Infinite Warfare, and we talked a little bit about Salen Kotch here and how I think he's one of Call of Duty, if not Call of Duty's most forgotten villain. Salen Kotch was raised during the early days of the Settlement Defense Front. Because of heavy SDF propaganda, he grew up hating the ideas of freedom and democracy. While attending the SDF Naval Academy, he formed a rivalry with Caleb Thies, who would later become a Vice Admiral to Kotch. Kotch also visited the UNSA Naval Academy in Oslo, but instead of changing his views or maybe showing some sort of empathy towards Earth, the trip really only served to strengthen his loyalty to the SDF and Mars. After graduating, Kotch quickly became famous across the solar system. He became the youngest person to receive the Iron Sword, climbed Olympus Mons, and pushed for the creation of the SDF's first super carrier. And he also created the SDF's infamous motto, "Death is no disgrace." During an operation titled Rhea, a SCAR team from Earth would be sent to secure classified weapons on Europa before the SDF could have an opportunity to take control. However, the SDF would attack them, leaving only one survivor conscious, and the SDF attack would be led by Kotch himself. Now, after this, during Fleet Week in Geneva, the SDF would hack Earth's planetary defense system and turn it against the parade. This destroyed most of Earth's fleet and killed countless civilians. After that, the SDF troops would land in Geneva and attempt to conquer Earth. This would be a very big battle. However, Earth's forces would manage to eliminate the SDF's ground troops, and the remaining SDF ships on Earth's orbit would be destroyed or would be forced to leave. Even so, the attack would officially mark the beginning of war between Earth and Mars SDF. Later, when a group of Marines would enter an SDF-controlled base on a nearby planet, Kotch would contact Captain Reyes. He demanded their surrender and threatened execution if they would refuse. However, Reyes and his team chose to fight and escape just before the base exploded. And as they fled in their ships, the Olympus Mons would shoot down Reyes' fighter jet, and he would be left stranded in space. And his ship, the Retribution, would be forced to retreat. Kotch would basically leave the captain for dead. Now, sometime later, Kotch would set up a trap by forcing the Retribution off course towards Vesta 3, hoping to split up the remaining UNSA fleet. During the escape, Staff Sergeant Omar would be killed, though the rest of the team would survive. The team would regroup with the Tigris only to discover it had already been destroyed by Kotch and his Olympus Mons.
Captain Farron. So I'll get a combat rescue team out there now.
There's no one out there, Reyes.
Gator, call the flight deck. I'll go out there myself.
I'll go with you, sir.
Captain, we've no life signs, no beacons. It's a total loss, sir.
That's a signal buoy.
It's close.
I've got it.
Put it through.
Yes, sir.
This is Admiral Salen Kotch of the Olympus Mons. The UNSA ship Tigris lies in ruin. There will be no rest for the enemies of the front. I speak now to the Retribution. We will continue to fight you inside and outside your fading world. Your cities will surrender. Broken and weak, we will not fail. Mars Eternum.
In response, Reyes would plan an ambush, hoping to lure the Olympus Mons and Salen Kotch to Earth for a final confrontation. Eventually, Kotch's fleet arrived in Geneva. The Olympus Mons would attack the military headquarters, and he would kill Captain Reyes' friend, Admiral Rains, and everyone else inside. Despite this, Reyes and his team would board the Olympus Mons and push towards Kotch.
You lack what it takes to win this war.
I had what it took to beat you, Kotch.
Killing me isn't winning. I killed your Admiral. Your Iron Shield is down. Death is no disgrace.
Captain has the con.
Now, the focus of this video was to learn a little bit more about Salen Kotch himself, look at his story, and provide a little bit of context. This is one that I've had on the back burner for quite a bit, and it's not very long. There's not much about Salen Kotch. And unless you dig really, really deep, there won't be anything that you find. And that was one of the biggest problems with Call of Duty Infinite Warfare for me. Despite me loving it and being one of my favorite Call of Duties of all time, maybe my favorite Call of Duty of all time for its campaign, I felt that the story was so good and so strong, and the only thing that it lacked was Salen Kotch appearing a little bit more, Salen Kotch being developed a bit more. Every other character got their day in the sun. Every other character we saw, we could explore more, and we understood all of their motivations. But for Salen Kotch, it was a little bit more, he was in the background, and the SDF felt like this huge military presence rather than Salen Kotch, who was the head, who was the leader of everything. He was kind of taking a backseat and letting the SDF do all the talking. And I just felt that Salen Kotch needed a little bit more development for us to maybe sympathize with him or understand maybe more of where he's coming from. I think if Call of Duty Infinite Warfare would have been a regular campaign, like for a different game, and it would have been maybe 12, 15 hours, you could have delved a lot deeper into Salen Kotch, had a whole section concentrated only on him. So that's what I wanted to do today. I wanted to look at Salen Kotch. If you want more about the SDF and its history, check out the videos that I have linked in the description below, as I think they will be a massive help in your lore exploration of the SDF.
That is why you cannot win. This place isn't yours anymore. Kill them. Save the bullets.